Monday, March 5th. Spring brings more mobility.
Set a precedent, and with this victory, I think that we can go very, very far.
The Plateau terrace becomes wheelchair accessible.
CTV News with Cindy Sherwin.
Enjoying a warm, balmy day on a Montreal terrace may still seem a little far off, but for people with reduced mobility, that day is closer than ever, at least in the Plateau. The borough adopted a law that requires terraces to be universally accessible. Mark Chaloub reports.
Back in 2009, people with disabilities and visual limitations were upset they couldn't get around easily on Mont-Royal Avenue's sidewalks. The following year, the Plateau Borough imposed a 1.8-meter wide clearing so the sidewalks could be used. However, there was another problem. The borough authorized elevated terraces without access ramps. They were inaccessible, but that's all changed now.
This summer, we are going to be able to have a beer, on terraces, on Plateau terraces, at last.
Originally, the Plateau's Projet Montréal administration defended itself, saying that terrace accessibility was technically impossible.
So we wanted to ensure we could do everything that we could to minimize the cost and inconvenience for the merchants as well.
The people with disabilities say they had no choice but to file a complaint against the Plateau Borough with the Human Rights Commission last May.
We're trying to tell them your terraces are not accessible and this is discrimination, and they didn't get that.
The commission ruled that all terraces on Mont-Royal must become wheelchair accessible by this spring.
Because it set a precedent, and with this victory, I think that we can go very, very far.
Persons with reduced mobility want wheelchair ramps like this one to be accessible throughout the island of Montreal, not just here in the Plateau. The leader of the official opposition at City Hall agrees and says universal accessibility also benefits families and seniors. But her offices on Saint-Denis Street are not accessible for people with reduced mobility.
Yes, but it's interesting because we decided to move.
At the end of next year, RL says, and to a building that's accessible to everyone.
We took steps very early on to ensure that our own party headquarters are accessible to people in wheelchairs.
People with disabilities say this is just the beginning.
So now it's a reality. I think that they get it.
After Montreal, they want to go province-wide with this movement. Mark Chaloub, CTV News.